Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to explore the fascinating world of rare US coins. We'll be discussing 4 incredibly valuable pieces, 2 5-cent coins and 2 rare dimes, that could be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change. From error coins to minting anomalies, these coins have become coveted treasures among collectors. So, stay tuned as we dive into the stories behind these rare finds and uncover just how much they could be worth today. Let's get started. Top 1, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, one that may seem humble at first glance, but has a story that could surprise you, especially when you hear its value. It's a simple coin, a nickel, the 1991 USA 5-cent coin. But don't let its everyday status fool you. This coin has a legacy, a series of intricate details, and a captivating history that makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. In fact, there's a version of the 1991 nickel that could make you rich today. Curious? Stay with me until the end. Let's rewind the clock to 1991, a pivotal year. For the United States, the early 90s were a time of change. The nation was emerging from the Cold War, the Gulf War was ongoing, and the economy was transitioning into the high-tech era. Yet, in the world of coins, things were relatively stable. The 5-cent coin, or nickel, had been in circulation since 1866 and had undergone numerous design changes. But by 1991, the U.S. Mint had stuck with a familiar look, a design that was steeped in tradition. The design of the 1991 5-cent coin was the same as it had been for decades. A portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. These images were familiar to many, as they had been a part of the nickel for over 50 years by 1991. The Jefferson nickel, as it was called, first appeared in 1938. But how did these familiar faces and landmarks make their way onto the nickel in the first place? Let's take a quick look at the history of the Jefferson nickel. The coin was designed by Felix Schlag, a German-American artist who won a design competition in 1938. His design replaced the earlier Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. The image of Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States, was chosen because of his integral role in the formation of the country and his connection to the Louisiana Purchase, a pivotal moment in American history. Fast forward to 1991, and we're still seeing Jefferson's portrait proudly displayed on the 5-cent coin. This year, the design was unchanged, reflecting the historical importance of this figure and his connection to America's heritage. But the 1991 nickel had a special significance beyond its familiar design. It marked a transition in minting technology. In 1991, the U.S. Mint was already experimenting with new ways to produce coins more efficiently. While the nickel's design remained the same, there were subtle shifts in the way it was struck. This is an important detail when considering the collectability and potential value of the coin. The 1991 nickel was minted at multiple facilities across the country. These facilities included the Philadelphia Mint, which produces the majority of circulating coins, and the Denver Mint, which also plays a significant role in coin production. Each minting facility has its own distinct mark, which is important for coin collectors. These mint marks, often located on the reverse of the coin near the bottom, indicate whether a coin was produced in Philadelphia, Denver, or another facility. The 1991 nickel was struck with both the D mint mark for Denver and the lack of a mint mark for Philadelphia, making these 2 varieties particularly sought after by collectors. But beyond the minting process, the 1991 nickel has an interesting aspect related to its composition. The 5-cent coin, like most U.S. coins, is made of a combination of metals. In the case of the nickel, the coin is primarily composed of copper and nickel. This combination creates a unique metallic look, and over the years, these coins have developed an interesting patina as they age, making them visually distinct in different conditions. The design of the 1991 nickel, along with its composition, made it just another part of everyday life for most people. But for collectors, there was one detail that made this coin especially intriguing: the possibility of a rare variety. As we know, not all coins are created equally. In fact, some coins from the same year can have distinct differences in their strike, mint mark, or even errors that make them highly valuable to collectors. And the 1991 nickel is no exception. You see, over the years, certain varieties of the 1991 nickel have been discovered that are extremely rare and can be worth far more than their face value. One such variety has garnered significant attention among numismatists and collectors alike, the 1991 double die reverse nickel. Now, let me explain what a double die reverse coin is. It's a rare type of coin error that happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the minting process. This misalignment results in the design elements being struck more than once, creating a doubling effect. The 1991 double die reverse nickel is a particularly sought-after example of this phenomenon. The doubling effect is most noticeable on the word Monticello, which appears to be doubled on the reverse of the coin. This error makes the coin a rarity, and like all rare coins, it can command a premium price. The discovery of this error coin brought a surge of interest from collectors. What started as a subtle anomaly quickly became one of the most talked about coins of the year. And as collectors began to hoard and search for this rare variety, the value of the 1991 double die reverse nickel skyrocketed. Coins in mint condition, with the double die effect clearly visible, became highly coveted items. So, just how much is a 1991 double die reverse nickel worth today? It's a question that many collectors have asked. While the value of coins can fluctuate over time based on market conditions, the 1991 double die reverse nickel is currently valued at an astounding $83,000 in top condition. Yes, you heard that right, $83,000. For a coin that originally had a face value of just 5 cents. That's a truly remarkable increase in worth. But don't rush to check your pocket change just yet. While it's true that the 1991 double die reverse nickel can be worth a small fortune, it's important to note that not every 1991 nickel is valuable. To be worth such a high sum, the coin must exhibit the doubling effect on the reverse, and it must be in exceptional condition. Coins that show wear or damage will be worth far less, and even those with the doubling effect may only fetch a few $100s if they are not in pristine condition. So, if you do happen to stumble upon a 1991 nickel in your change, take a close look. Examine the reverse of the coin carefully. If you notice any doubling on the word Monticello, you might just have a rare treasure on your hands. But even if you don't find the error coin, the 1991 nickel still holds a special place in American numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone fascinated by the hidden value in everyday objects, the story of the 1991 USA 5-cent coin is a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary things can have extraordinary stories behind them. What seemed like just another year in U.S. coinage became a pivotal moment for collectors, with the discovery of a rare error coin that's still making waves today. And with that, we've come to the end of our journey into the world of the 1991 nickel. It's a reminder that the pursuit of rare coins is more than just about money. It's about discovering the unexpected, diving into history, and understanding the remarkable stories that can be found in even the smallest of objects. So, next time you hold a nickel in your hand, remember, it's not just a coin, it's a piece of history. Who knows? You might just have a rare one waiting to make you a fortune. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep your eyes open for hidden treasures. In the world of numismatics, certain coins stand out, not because of their everyday usage, but because of their rarity, their design, or simply a twist of fate. Today, we're talking about one of those coins, the 1992 USA 5-cent coin, a piece of history that may look like just another nickel at first glance. But there's so much more to it than meets the eye. And by the end of this video, you'll see why this seemingly humble coin can be worth an impressive $79,000 or more. Curious? Let's start our journey. To truly understand the significance of the 1992 nickel, we have to take a step back in time. The 1992 coin might have been produced as part of a regular issue of U.S. currency, but its story stretches back further, rooted in the rich tradition of the United States Mint and the evolution of its coins. Let's start by talking about the design of the 5-cent coin. The US 5-cent coin or nickel was first introduced in 1866, and over the years it has undergone several design changes. But by the time we reach 1992, the design of the nickel had remained largely unchanged for over 50 years. This design features Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, and his famous plantation home, Monticello, on the reverse. These two symbols of American heritage had become icons, representing both the nation's founding ideals and its early history. The Jefferson nickel first debuted in 1938, replacing the previous design, the Buffalo nickel. The portrait of Jefferson was chosen for his central role in American history, most notably, his authorship of the Declaration of Independence and his leadership in acquiring the vast western territories of the Louisiana Purchase. The reverse design, featuring Monticello, was chosen as a tribute to Jefferson's home and his architectural achievements. By the time 1992 rolled around, this design had become one of the longest-lasting in U.S. coinage. But, as you might expect, there was always the potential for something more. A minting error, a rare variety, anything that could make this nickel stand out from the thousands of others minted every year. This is where the intrigue of the 1992 nickel begins. The 1992 coin, like all of its predecessors, was produced by the United States Mint at its various facilities, primarily in Philadelphia and Denver. The coins were made from a combination of copper and nickel, creating that familiar metallic appearance. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins each year, but as any collector knows, not all coins are created equal. Some are struck with subtle differences, while others exhibit clear errors. It was these subtle differences in the minting process that would set certain 1992 nickels apart from the rest. You see, there are rare varieties of the 1992 5-cent coin, some of which were produced as part of a special run, others as a result of a minting mistake. The key to understanding the value of the 1992 nickel lies in these very errors and differences. Before diving into these rare varieties, let's take a quick detour and examine the minting process itself. The U.S. Mint produces coins by using large, engraved dies that imprint the design onto metal blanks. The coins are then struck under tremendous pressure to create the final product. Normally, this process is incredibly precise, but sometimes, due to wear on the dies or slight mistakes during production, the coins may come out with unique characteristics. In the case of the 1992 nickel, the coin that's attracted the most attention is known as the 1992 close AM variety. This is where the story takes a fascinating turn. While the U.S. Mint typically produces pennies with the close AM design, where the letters A and M in America on the reverse are closer together, this error found its way onto the 1992 nickel as well. In 1992, the Mint was still using dies from previous years, including some that were engraved for the Lincoln cent. These dies were used in error to strike the nickels, resulting in the close AM design, where the letters on the reverse are much closer than they should be. This was an unexpected error, as the nickel's reverse was supposed to show a wider spacing between the letters. So what makes this coin so valuable? When coins like this are discovered, their rarity and the fact that they were struck in error can drive demand among collectors. As with all numismatic rarities, the value of the coin can depend on several factors: how rare the error is, how well the coin has been preserved, and how many of these coins were actually produced with the mistake. In the case of the 1992 close AM nickel, it turns out that only a small number were struck, making it a highly sought-after piece for serious collectors. The close AM variety of the 1992 nickel stands as one of the most famous examples of a mint error in recent coinage history. A coin that was originally minted to be part of everyday circulation, yet because of a small error in the die, it became a rare and valuable treasure. But it doesn't stop there. Coins with this error that are found in high-grade, near-mint condition can fetch incredible prices. In fact, a 1992 close AM nickel in top condition can be valued at around $79,000 or even more, depending on its specific attributes. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1992 nickels? The answer lies in the reverse of the coin, where the word America is located. When you look closely at the letters A and M, you should be able to tell if they are spaced closely together or if they are farther apart. If they are close, you've got a rare coin on your hands, potentially worth a small fortune. The value of a 1992 close AM nickel is impressive, but as with all rare coins, it depends on the condition. A coin that has been well preserved, free of scratches, and showing minimal wear will naturally be worth far more than one that has been heavily circulated. The grading process for coins is a meticulous one, where every tiny detail is examined and assigned a grade based on its condition. High-grade coins with this minting error have sold for upwards of $79,000, while those in lower grades can still be worth a substantial amount, sometimes several hundred to $1,000, depending on demand and market conditions. While the 1992 close AM nickel may be the most famous of the 1992 5-cent coins, it's important to note that there are other varieties and errors worth mentioning. For example, some collectors have found 1992 nickels that were struck on incorrect planchets, or blanks, which could make these coins even rarer. These errors can make a significant difference in the value of a coin, so it's always important to examine each piece carefully. So, where does this leave us? The 1992 USA 5-cent coin, particularly the close AM variety, is a reminder that even the most common and mundane coins can hide extraordinary stories and value. What seems like just another nickel in your pocket change could very well be worth thousands of dollars if you know where to look. And there you have it, folks. A brief history and exploration of the 1992 US 5-cent coin and its remarkable value in today's market. It's amazing how a single, seemingly ordinary coin can be worth so much more when it carries the right errors, the right history, and the right condition. If you happen to find a 1992 nickel in your collection or come across one in your change, be sure to take a closer look. You might just be holding onto a rare treasure that could make you a small fortune. Thanks for joining me on this journey through numismatic history. And as always, keep your eyes peeled for hidden gems in the world of coins. Top 3. Now we'll explore a coin that has a remarkable story. A coin you might overlook in your pocket change, but one that could be worth thousands of dollars if you know what to look for. That's right, today's focus is on the 1979 USA 1-dime coin. While this coin may seem like just another piece of everyday currency, it has a hidden history, some fascinating minting details, and a surprisingly high collector value, making it an incredibly sought-after coin in the numismatic world. Let's start by taking a look at the historical context of the 1979 dime. The year 1979 was significant for the United States, as it was the end of a turbulent decade filled with political and economic challenges. It was a time when the U.S. was grappling with the aftermath of the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, and rising inflation. The economy was on a path toward recovery, with President Jimmy Carter in office, and the country was shifting into a new era of politics and technology. In the world of U.S. coinage, the 1979 dime holds its own special place. By the time we reached 1979, the dime had already gone through several significant design changes since its original introduction. The dime was first minted in 1796, but the version we're most familiar with today is the one that debuted in 1946, featuring Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image on the dime was a tribute to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and it quickly became a symbol of strength and resilience. In 1979, the design of the dime remained unchanged from previous years. On the obverse, we see Roosevelt's portrait, a simple yet powerful image of a man who played a pivotal role in American history. The reverse, on the other hand, features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These three elements symbolize freedom, peace, and strength, values that Roosevelt embodied throughout his presidency. While the design of the dime had remained constant since 1946, there were other changes occurring in the minting process by 1979. The U.S. Mint was going through a period of modernization, introducing new technologies to improve efficiency and precision in coin production. The way the coins were struck, the types of materials used, and the methods of quality control were all evolving to create a more refined product. But, as with most years, there were also some intriguing anomalies in the production process that made certain 1979 dimes stand out. The value of a coin often depends on its rarity, and sometimes, even a minor mistake during the minting process can result in a coin becoming a valuable collector's item. In the case of the 1979 dime, the main reason collectors are interested in this particular coin comes down to its variety, errors, and certain details that can make it far more valuable than a typical dime. Some of the 1979 dimes were struck with unique characteristics, such as misprints or unusual features that make them much rarer than the average coin. These varieties, produced in small numbers, are often what collectors look for, and they can make a coin exponentially more valuable. Now, let's talk about the details that make the 1979 dime particularly interesting to collectors. One of the most well-known and valuable varieties of the 1979 dime is the 1979 wide rim variety. The term wide rim refers to a difference in the design on the reverse of the coin. On a typical 1979 dime, the rim that borders the coin's edge is relatively narrow. However, for some coins, the rim was struck wider than usual, which caused the design elements, such as the torch, olive branch, and oak branch, to appear more pronounced. This subtle change in the design wasn't intentional, but rather a result of a slight misalignment or variation in the minting process. Yet, this minor difference can cause the coin to be worth far more than its face value. These wide rim dimes, especially those in uncirculated condition, have become highly sought after by collectors, driving their value higher. A 1979 wide rim dime can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition and other factors. Additionally, there are also clipped planchet 1979 dimes, which are another variant that catches the eye of serious collectors. A clipped planchet occurs when a small piece of the metal blank used to create the coin is missing, often due to a defect in the machine that cuts the planchet from a sheet of metal. These coins are rare and highly desirable because of the error, and they can fetch a significant premium over the standard dime. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity and condition are the two most important factors in determining a coin's value. For the 1979 dime, those errors and varieties are what set certain coins apart from the rest. But what really drives the price of these coins is their condition. Coins that are well preserved, free of scratches, and show no signs of wear are considered to be in mint state or uncirculated condition. And these coins are the ones that attract the highest bids at auctions. One of the most critical steps in assessing a coin's value is grading. Coin grading is a process where experts carefully examine a coin and assign it a grade based on its appearance, the sharpness of the details, the presence of any damage or imperfections, and its overall eye appeal. Coins in mint state condition are given the highest grades, such as MS 65, MS 66, or even MS 70, with MS 70 being a perfect coin with no visible flaws. A higher grade typically translates into a higher price. So, what makes a 1979 dime in top condition with one of these errors or varieties so valuable? For a coin like the 1979 wide rim dime, the value can climb significantly, with high-grade examples sometimes selling for several $1,000s. But here's the kicker, the true jackpot. If you happen to find a 1979 dime in perfect condition that not only has the wide rim error but also shows little to no signs of wear, you could be sitting on a coin worth an impressive $98,000 or more. Yes, you heard that right. While it's rare, it's not impossible to find a 1979 dime that could fetch a value of $98,000, especially when the coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition. The rarity of these error coins combined with their excellent preservation and historical value makes them highly coveted in the world of numismatics. For collectors who specialize in rare U.S. coins, a coin like the 1979 wide rim dime is like finding a hidden treasure. It's a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and demand, making it a true gem of the coin world. It's important to note, however, that not all 1979 dimes are worth this kind of money. In fact, most of the dimes minted in 1979 are worth just a few cents, the same as their face value. However, if you know what to look for and you come across a rare variety or error coin in excellent condition, you could have a valuable treasure on your hands. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if you have a valuable 1979 dime? The first step is to closely examine the coin for any signs of a minting error or unusual features. Check the rim of the coin for the wide rim variety, and be on the lookout for any signs of a clipped planchet or other anomalies. Once you've identified a potential rarity, the next step is to have the coin graded by a professional numismatist or coin grading service. This will give you an accurate idea of its value and ensure you don't miss out on a potential fortune. If you do find yourself with a 1979 dime that has one of these rare features and it's in excellent condition, congratulations. You might just have a coin worth thousands of dollars. But even if you don't find the ultra-rare 1979 dime, keep in mind that coin collecting is about more than just money. It's about appreciating the history, the artistry, and the stories behind the coins we use every day. So, there you have it, the incredible value of the 1979 USA 1 dime coin. While it may seem like just another dime, its potential for rarity and its appeal to collectors make it a coin worth paying attention to. If you've learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more numismatic stories and coin tips. And remember, always check your change. You never know when you might come across a rare treasure. Top 4. If you've ever wondered if your loose change could hold a secret treasure, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a seemingly ordinary coin, the 1996 USA 1 dime, and uncovering the story behind this often overlooked piece of currency. As we'll explore, this dime, minted nearly 3 decades ago, is anything but ordinary. From its historical context to its intricate design, the story of the 1996 dime is filled with fascinating twists. And by the end of this video, we'll reveal the jaw-dropping value of this coin, which could very well be sitting in your change jar right now, worth an impressive $92,000. Let's start at the beginning. 1996. The year was significant in many ways. In the U.S., Bill Clinton was in the middle of his first term as president, and the country was in the midst of an economic boom. The 1990s were a time of technological growth, with the rise of the internet, cell phones, and other innovations that would shape the future. It was also a year when many people were going about their daily lives, unaware that some of the coins minted in this period would go on to become rare, collectible treasures. The dime, as we know it today, has a rich history. It was first introduced in 1796, and its design has changed many times over the centuries. By 1996, the dime had been in circulation for decades with the same design. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, graced the obverse, while the reverse featured a simple but powerful design of a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols have long represented freedom, peace, and strength, values closely associated with Roosevelt's legacy. Roosevelt's image has been on the dime since 1946, just after his death, to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The design was chosen as a tribute to his lasting impact on the country. The reverse of the coin, created by John R. Cynic, has remained unchanged since it was introduced in 1946 as well, becoming a staple of American coinage. But while the design of the 1996 dime remained consistent, there were a few quirks in the minting process that would end up making some 1996 dimes more valuable than others. As with all coins, the way they are produced is just as important as their design. The U.S. Mint is a highly efficient operation, producing billions of coins each year. However, even with such a large output, some coins are struck with errors or unique characteristics, and it's these factors that can make a particular coin worth much more than its face value. Now, let's take a closer look at the minting process for the 1996 dime. Dimes are made using a combination of copper and nickel, with a slightly thicker layer of copper at the core. The blank metal discs, or planchets, are fed into the mint's coin presses, where they are struck with the design. The die that strikes the coin is engraved with the image of Roosevelt on the obverse and the reverse symbols of the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. This process is done with great precision, but as with all manufacturing, things don't always go according to plan. While most of the 1996 dimes were minted to regular specifications, a handful of them were struck with unique errors or characteristics that set them apart. These varieties are what make the 1996 dime so intriguing to collectors. Let's talk about the most valuable of these rare 1996 dimes. One of the most well-known and sought-after varieties of the 1996 dime is the 1996 off-center error. This error occurs when the planchet is misaligned during the striking process. The result? The coin's design is off-center, with part of the image either missing or shifted to one side. These coins are highly sought after by collectors because they're rare, and they present a unique aesthetic that adds to their appeal. Imagine the excitement of finding an off-center 1996 dime in your collection or change. These coins are often quite striking visually, with a noticeable design shift that makes them stand out. Depending on how off-center the strike is, the value can range from several hundred to a few $1,000s. The rarer and more extreme the misalignment, the higher the value, with the best examples fetching thousands. Another factor that can make a 1996 dime valuable is the coin's condition. Just like any other collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been well preserved, free of damage or wear, are considered to be in mint state or uncirculated condition. For coin collectors, finding a 1996 dime in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare treat, and these coins can command much higher prices at auctions or through private sales. But there's another factor that really drives the value of the 1996 dime, and that's its collector demand. Some coins are just more desirable than others due to their historical significance, rarity, or sheer beauty. The 1996 dime is one of those coins. Because it was part of a period in U.S. history that saw economic growth, technological advancements, and political change, collectors view it as a piece of the past, a tangible artifact of an important era. This historical connection, combined with the errors and variety of minting anomalies, has made the 1996 dime a favorite among numismatists. The most prized version of the 1996 dime is one that combines both rarity and condition. If you happen to find an off-center 1996 dime in near-perfect condition, it could fetch a price that's far above what most people would expect. A perfectly preserved off-center 1996 dime can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. In some cases, it has been known to fetch as much as $92,000, making it one of the most valuable dimes ever produced in the modern era. So, what does this mean for you as a collector, or someone who is simply curious about the value of your spare change? The takeaway here is simple: always check your coins. While most 1996 dimes are worth just a dime, there's always the chance that you might stumble upon one that has something special, something that makes it worth much, much more. When it comes to rare coins like the 1996 dime, there's no substitute for knowledge. If you know what to look for, you could potentially find a coin worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. The off-center 1996 dime is just one example, but there are other rare errors and varieties out there waiting to be discovered. If you do find a 1996 dime that appears to be off-center or has some other distinguishing feature, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Grading services such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can evaluate your coin's condition, authenticity, and rarity, giving you an official grade that will help you determine its value in the collector market. This step is essential, as it provides you with the information you need to make informed decisions about selling or keeping the coin. At the end of the day, coin collecting is about more than just the money. It's about history, heritage, and the thrill of discovering something that connects you to the past in a tangible way. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, coins like the 1996 dime serve as a reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures are the ones that you least expect. So, keep an eye out for those rare coins in your collection. You never know when you might find a gem like the 1996 off-center dime, worth thousands of dollars. As always, Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. Sure, here's a closing line for your video. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our future videos. And don't forget to share this with your friends. Who knows? They might have a treasure hidden in their pocket too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.